Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Duskers. Duskers is coming out of early access today. And to celebrate that, I'm starting a new series with the latest, greatest build of the game. This is actually the press release build of the game. I got a review copy, so I'm playing that. So by the time you see this video, the game will be available for the launch version on Steam. So what is Duskers? In Duskers you play the role of a drone operator in space. So you salvage derelict spaceships in order to survive. So if you look at this lovely screen over here, our salvage vessel has rebooted and is experiencing some problems. We only have fuel left for 6 days, and you know, there's this thing that life support also works on fuel. So in 6 days the crew of one, me, is not gonna be able to breathe. So we need to find a way to extend that life duration for a bit. And the tool we have available are operating remote drones. So we dock up with derelict spaceships, send in the drones, and we scout about. The thing is though, something funny happened to the universe. Well, actually, maybe not very funny, because we can't seem to get a hold of people. And the little bit of data we are gathering is that, well, something rather catastrophic has happened. And that's about all we know right now. Because, well, we woke up with a massive headache, I imagine. And we're gonna see if we can make sense of it all. So, without further ado, let's jump into the game. So, we have in the top right, our ship is called the Justice Rider. We are currently nearby a derelict spaceship called the Inquisitor. I like that name. It's a Class A barge, so it's a big transport. There's one type of infestation in there, so there's this problem that those derelicts, they don't stay empty. There's no humans on board, but they don't stay empty, and there's also kinds of things on there that want to hurt us, or at least our drones. And there's one different type on board. There could be multiple opponents in there, but there's going to be one variety. It's H183, and therefore it is rather stable. Distance 0, because we are there. We haven't visited it yet, and it has a very large scrap capacity. Of course, being a salvager, we care about scrap, because we can use scrap to fix things, and to repair things, and to build things actually. So let's go over the most important thing, the drones. What drones did we get? So Duskers has a bit of a roguelite-ish element to it, as in the derelict levels are randomly generated, but also your starting gear is randomly generated, and that is the drones you have are randomly determined, and also some of the modules they start with are randomly determined. So we have a tree here, and a new feature that was introduced with either the latest beta or with the press build is that you can actually provide the game a list of drone names, and it will randomly pick them for you. So all the drones in the game will be named after people who have left nice comments on any of my videos on my channel, just as a sign of appreciation back to the community. And I do that for most games where that is allowed. So I'm really happy that Duskers supports this feature in the game, because otherwise you just have to manually rename the drones, which is not that big a deal. So we got Louise, who is the first drone, who has 120 health. He's got a motion sensor on board, and he's got a gatherer module. So motion sensor is very useful. It allows you to gather some intelligence of rooms surrounding your drones. Gathering module to pick up scrap and to actually pick up fuel, which is also very, very useful. We have Narnach, who is a drone with a generator, has 90 health. Generator provides power to a block of rooms, very useful, so you can actually open doors and potentially power guns. VMGG, I think it was very much a good game. I had to truncate some names to fit within the drone name limits. And this drone has a tow module, so we can tow either upgrades for a spaceship or disabled drones. So we can do rescue operations. It's like a Baywatch bodyguard, but in drone form. And we have a stealth module, and I freaking love the stealth module. So let's see. I'm a bit peculiar about how I liked my drones to be set up. So first drone is the active scout. Also, first drone I always want to have the most health, as the active scout, that's the one that goes out and gets into danger. So we get a gather module on here to just pick up all the scrap we can find, and we take the stealth module so we can just sneak about and go into rooms where we suspect hostiles might be. The generator drone is just gonna sit there and not do a lot usually, and then we have a VMGG who has the tow. Actually, if we give you a motion sensor, you have to be stationary to use the motion sensor, so put a tow on our first drone. So, but now we have a pretty good setup for our drone. Let's have a look at the ship itself. We have 2 upgrade modules that are empty right now, and for the rest we have 2 whole bits of scrap. And as you can see, there's quite a bunch of things you can do with a scrap. You can repair your drones, you can give them a speed boost, you can increase their max health, you can fix their video signal if that gets broken, or you can actually turn drones into scrap to boost other things. Same with the upgrades, you can repair them. Some allow you to boost them in some ways, like for example the stealth module lasts for shorter but it recharges faster. And motion sensor, you can actually replenish the motion sensor capacity. And for the ship, if there's modules on there, you can do repairs as well. The thing is, everything you have, so that's going to be the upgrade modules on your ship, your drones, the modules on your drones, everything will start to decay. It's a very harsh world, let's just keep it at that. So without much further ado, let's jump in. Let's play the actual game. Up until now it was just the stuff around it. So we are boarding a ship. We get an initial vessel report. Scanning is inconclusive. We found 1 infestation type. The hull integrity is medium. Medium integrity, that means at some point while we are exploring, rooms may start to leak radiation, and then we have to get the drones the heck out of there. Doors might randomly fail at times. The worse the integrity, the bigger the chance of something going awry. It's named the Inquisitor. It's a class A barge, and its directive is a heavy cargo transport. It used to hold a crew of 9, and it transported commercial goods. There's no people there. And we found some communications in the archive, of which a lot was corrupted. So let's start reading. High alert! Due to elevated security levels, communications and reports classified as level 2 or higher have been removed from all military vessels. Access to those messages must now be requested from archives aboard secure military outposts. Author, there's something garbled, will be required, and all access logged. So Jill, our computer assistant on board, is making some notes here. Communication archives filtered. Recommended course of action: 1. Search military outpost for unfiltered communication archives. So it seems that we will have a mission in life now, and that's to get ourselves into a military outpost in order to see what happened with the rest. It's the first lead we got. So let's get started. So we are currently, this is our ship, and we are docked next to the derelict, and A1 is the airlock. So let's begin. Begin is a very useful macro that the game ships with by default. You see our drones flying about, and they make all kinds of bleepy sounds. We can actually look through the cameras that are mounted on the drones. Okay, you have some camera glitches. Oh, these drones, they took a bit of a beating during whatever happened. They're not the most reliable, but it's what we got, so we use it. So currently I'm directly controlling Louis. Also in the bottom right there's a console that you can use to do different things, and using the spacebar you can switch between the two modes. And I can do something like a D22 to indicate to toggle the door, and I can toggle it back open. And Louis has a little bit of issues with this camera. If we hit 2 we switch over to drone number 2, if we hit 3 we switch over to drone number 3. But for now Namtashma is just gonna sit here and generate power, so Louis is gonna do the active exploring. That's why I put the stealth module and the gathering module on. So let's have a little bit of a look around. There's nothing of interest in the room where we landed in. You see that there's a couple of rooms that are connected to where we are. We got door 8 here, we got some other doors. And if we shift over, you see that this is actually a rather large barge. And that actually rhymes, curiously enough. And there's an open door over here. And that's about it. But the thing is, in the report, remember, it said there's one infestation type. So we want to be a bit cautious with what we do. That's why we have Louis, who is going to be our scout. Also, I remember we can navigate drone number 3, that's MVGG, to drone number 1 to join them in the same room. And we can use the motion sensor. Okay, so red is bad. Okay, so there's something scary in that room, and it no longer is because it went through the door to the other side over there. And that's very good, so we closed it. Now the danger is locked, so we can actually go there. We still know there is something scary up here, because it's red, it's moving, there's something moving in there, and it's not something that we control. That's bad. But for now, it's contained, so we can deal with it. And we got a clear reading on the room where we came from, on this room, and that room. So we can do some active scouting. So let's take Louis and go into room 26. There's a door over here. Oh, there's something here. What is it? There's a ship upgrade, a transporter module that has a 8.7% chance to fail when it's after it has been used. So that's a very lucky find. Let's oh, it is a firmly installed one. So this is hardwired into the ship. We cannot tow it out, so we can't move it over to our ship. So it looks like we want to see if we can commandeer the ship. If we have explored everything of the ship and we have made sure that there's no infestations remaining, then we can actually give a command to commandeer the ship, and we will just move all our fuel and scrap over, and we are going to use this ship as our ship from now on. So I'm actually in favor of that, because transporter can be useful. Let's remember that. Let's close the door behind us. There's something scary to the top, so let's move on. Let's go into the room that used to be occupied and is now nice and clear. Ooh, scrap. Get it. Boom. It's like a very tinny vacuum cleaner whenever we hoover up some scrap. And this is also about everything we can see safely. So let's navigate drone 3 to room 3 and do another motion sensor. It's very interesting that we started with both a motion sensor and a stealth module, since they are both tools you can use to scout around. Okay, so we know we closed door 28, so this room is now currently hostile, even though it is yellow. The adjacent room is also yellow, as are both these two rooms, and this is the only one that's actually conclusive. And in the log you see that the results for most rooms are indeed inconclusive. So this is where the stealth comes in. Motion sensors absolutely not useful anymore, at least not for this stage. So we can just navigate our drone back. Let's send you back all the way to room 2. Because we know things are bad. Everything's bad. It's a derelict. Close the door behind you. So now we have drone 1. And let's start with door 27. We stealth up, and then we will have a while to scout about and see if there's anything in this room that's trying to eat us, kill us, hug us. From the look of it, it's pretty good. So we can tell our drone to just gather all the things we have found in this room. And it's gonna go for the fuel first, which is good. No propulsion fuel. No jump fuel either. That's slightly annoying. We didn't find anything, but we did find scrap, so that's good. Scrap is very useful. It's like the currency in this game. You need it for everything. Yeah, for now we're just gonna keep all the doors open that we have explored, so we have some space to move around. We know door 28 hides something that is slightly scary. Also know that we have an empty room that we can park things in. So let's see. Stealth up. Open up the door. Let's see what we are dealing with. Oh, that's a purple guard bot. I like purple guard bots. They are not overly scary. Please enter door 27. Please don't shoot me. Okay, just gonna go in here. Close the door behind me. So my stealth module is gonna run out at some point. Also, let's close door 14. So. Okay, let's just gather the scrap. Our stealth module is recharging, so we just have to hang out here for a little bit. Also, there's another power socket here. So if we can get our generator drone number 2 over here, then we can actually power probably the next section of the ship and see if we can find maybe an airlock or something to flush the drone out. Because we don't really have a lot of ways to deal with it otherwise. Okay, let's go stealth, open up the door, close the door. %70 remaining. Didn't happen to close the drone into the other room, did we? That would be my luck, of course. Looks like it. Okay, so room 6 currently contains a dangerous drone. Wow. Well, as far as dangerous drones go, these purple guard bots are not the most dangerous ones, but they are interesting enough. So just flag it to just make it stand out a little bit, and then we will continue. So room 8 and 9 have been cleared. Let's have a look what's behind door number 17. So stealth. Let's see. This is a long corridor. And there's nothing here, so let's disable stealth. Also, one of the advantages is from from the status we know that we only have one type of infestation. And we just saw that it's the purple cardboard. So we know there's only going to be purple cardboards here. No drone eating fly swarms, no slimes, no chargers, no nothing. No truly scary things. But these things can still wreck your drones. And we found a drone here. Let's continue scouting the room, and after that we have a look at I think it was Samu. Gather some scrap. And this room was clear, which is good. Right. So that's info. Isamu is a destroyed drone. Sorry Isamu, you have been wrecked. So let's see, what are you carrying? You're carrying a trap and you're carrying stuns, which has a pretty high failure probability once we try to use them. So those are proxy stun mines, and traps are remotely detonated traps. So we actually have some means of dealing with the thing that has been of the purple guard bolts. So let's actually swap our tow module for a trap. So we pick up a trap. Let's use the in-game help to see how a trap works. So you can say trap and you can say trap boom. Also you can pick them back up if you want to. Okay, cool. So, remember from before, whatever is behind door 13 here, there was something hostile in here. So if we drop a trap, let's say here, then we can trap boom it once the thing goes over. So let's stealth up, open up door 13. Don't want to get shot. Do I see movement? Okay. Yes. So trap boom, it actually does damage to the entire room. I feel silly now. It's not a small explosion radius, it's the entire room. I could have known. Also, no, degaussing's not gonna work. This is just, our video feed is wrecked. Louis has been disabled, not destroyed, so we actually need to rescue him. So, VMGG. You are gonna do that. Yes, we can do that. We can do this. So, use our motion sensor. We know room 6 is dangerous. Let's actually close all the doors. So open up door 14. So the purple guard bolt that's in room 6 right now, once it leaves, room 6 is no longer gonna detect any movement. So we can close the door behind it. Okay, so room 3 is now dangerous. And we can actually move up. So let's see, door 22, door 25, door 13. Just open a path for ourselves. We can go through. Also, there is power here, so we can actually send our power generator drone here as well. Also, we actually have an airlock A7, so we can vent things out if we want to. Yay, there's both a boom here and some scrap and Louis. So let's see, we wanna get your carrier, we wanna get your stealth and trap on. Okay. Can we do a trap pickup or no? It has been used, it's good. So motion sensor, trap, gatherer. Let's put the trap back on, get a motion sensor. Oh, actually no, we need to get the tow module. So that was further down the road. Over here, summon. Swap. We get our tow back. Actually, let's get the stun. Gonna use Louis as a storage container here. So here, have the stun please. Then we go back here. And we grab the tow. So Samu of Isamu has been completely robbed of everything. But we can tow Louis back up. Okay, doing that by hand is just going to be tedious. So navigate drone 3 back to room 1. And there we can just leave him. And then once we undock and back in the menu, we can just fix him up to get him some health again, then things are gonna be good. It's a good thing that we picked up a lot of scrap here. Okay, so just to double check, tow, motion. Okay, let's go for gathering, stealthing and motion sensing, and let's keep the tow and the trap and the stun behind for now. Scouting, ahoy! So room 3, dangerous, but for now we can route around it. So let's navigate our power drone to room 11. Also send you along. And let's explore some other rooms. Generate some power, please. Also, the sounds that drone 2 makes are a bit on the chirpy sound. Not quite sure if they are my favorites. So motion sensing. So room 12 and room 13 are not giving any movement, so they are clear to explore, which is good. Okay. Ah, there's a defense turret here. If we had access to an interface module, we could actually activate it and have it shoot at anything that moves, including our own drones. But you can always lure enemies into rooms and then have them shot. So this interface is probably the thing that controls it, or so the interface over here. But again, we don't have an interface, so we can't do much with it. Okay, so let's continue onwards. Let's go to that room. Boom. Use our motion sensor. So we know room 3 is pretty dangerous. And we can't get a read on room 5 and whatever the room is in the top left corner. So let's close everything we can. So our power generator is safely closed back in. Go up here. Let's keep the door open for now, so we have a means of getting out. And we use our stealth module that we just looted. And see what's here. It's a small room and there's nothing scary in here. Good, let's regenerate our stealth. And then I think we are out of power. Yep, the power generator only reaches up here, so we can't actually explore what's there. So we need to get to this power generator to power the rooms here, probably what's on this side as well. So in order to do that, we wanna deal with with the drone that is in room 3. Let's see if we power things. Okay, so door 25. Navigate drone 2 back to room 2. Also, we have a way out, right? Right. So power is now going to be cut. Generate power. Yes, yes. Okay, so we wanna probably get out, navigate our drone. Oh, actually, we have one more room that we can explore. So let's just close everything again. Open up D30. Yeah, so we can get out. Engage stealth and have a look. Power generator here. Aha. Also, empty room. Very good. Okay, that's fair. If we just leave the scary thing in room 3, we can route around it and send our power generator drone all the way up here. Yes, yes we can. So that means we open up door 13, door 25 and door 22. And navigate our power generator to whatever room we are in with drone 3. So maybe we should get out of the way. And generate power, please. Thank you. Okay, so we found more airlocks. That means this is the edge of the left edge of the map, or of the derelict, so to say. 2 more rooms, and there seems to be another room over here. So let's do some motion sensing. No motion sensed. Okay, we can deal with that. Let's close the doors in here. Let's send our drone over to room 10. So if we can't scout anything, then no, that's not really going to be important. So close the door behind us to keep our generator drone safe. That's something that I always try to aim for. Yeah, whatever happens, the generator drone must stay safe, because if we lose power, we are completely out of luck. So open up door 16 so we can escape into room 4 if need be. Engage stealth and roll a d20. I mean, open up door 20. Okay, so far so empty. That's good. Yes, yes. Empty room. I like it. Also, it seems to be that we have an empty ship upgrade. So, empty upgrade and a hardwired teleporter or transporter. So this is definitely going to be a keeper. All we have to do is get this drone over here out of the airlock. Or into a room where we can trap it. Let's redock our ship on airlock number 6 so it's nearby. Okay. This way we basically now have an extended inventory, so we can just swap some things around. Let's see, for the motion sensor we have completely no clue what's happening. But I'm thinking we can use room 10 as basically as a room where we leave some traps. Grab this, swap some things around. Let's see, we're not going to use the stealth for this op, we're going to use a trap instead. Let's do some aggressive negotiations, and then when we got the thing killed, then we're good again. So, let's see, room 3 has something scary, so if you drop a trap in here, and get the heck out of here. Close all doors. Motion, yes, door 17. So, the only way out of room 3 is going to be through door 17 into the room with the trap. So, once our motion sensor in room 3 becomes green, we know the mob is out. Then we close the door behind it and then we blow up the trap. Seems like a plan that is simple enough that I probably should have thought of it before I blew up poor Louis. Okay, big room, slow bot, it takes a while. Trap, boom. Detonated all the traps. This should have taken care of our problem. It has taken care of our problem. Let's gather it. Excellent. So let's go back to our survival kit. So motion sensor, gatherer, trap becomes a stealth. And we get out again. Also, let's close the door behind our wrecked friend. And actually go through door 34 to do some scouting. Let's see, engage stealth, open up door 34. And so far, so good. Oop, vision is blurring a little bit, that's not good. Well, these are the scrappiest of the scrappy ones. Also, we can stop flagging room 3 because we did clear it. And all we have to do is now explore room 15 and we are done here. Let's see, stealth, door 21. So far, so good. Ah, there's a vent over there. If you happen to spawn with the drone-eating swarm of doom, they move themselves via the ship, via these innocent-looking vents. Good thing is, we all know there's only the purple guard bolts, and purple guard bolts are okay. So we are now done, and that means we can commandeer the ship. Excellent. So we will actually only improve and will not lose anything. So we used to have 2 upgrade slots, we will still have 2 upgrade slots, but one of them is going to be hardwired with a transporter in it. Scrap, we used to have a capacity of 50, now we'll have a maximum capacity of 177, that's a boatload, or spaceship load. 2 ship upgrades and propulsion fuel, we will have 6 charges, which we also had before. So this is only win, no lose, I like it. Commandeering the ship. Let's see, overview. We gathered 8 bits of scrap. We did have a Louis disabled, so that's slightly unfortunate. But we did gain some extra modules. So let's have a quick look about that. Go to the modification screen, and we'll repair a Louis a little bit. So actually we give him 100 health. Execute, boom. He's almost healed, not quite. We have the trap and the stun, which are probably gonna break next time we use them, so that's okay. We'll just take those along. And everything else is doing okay. We have the transporter, which is still in a pretty good shape. So I'm declaring this operation to be a success. So now have an objective that's blinking in the bottom left of the screen. So what happens? So we have a section called Cosmic Events, which has an objective 1 and which has some theory. So let's go through everything from top to bottom. So the sequence of events simply doesn't add up. Blah blah blah, from loss of contact, and nothing suggests there was a disturbance in spacetime. Whoever wrote this report are only seeing things that they want to see. So Jill's linking the theory here index with cosmic events, spacetime, and uncertainty suggests cosmic anomaly as cause of existential risk. That sounds pretty grave. The objective truth is that readings present an element of specificity that is not often found in nature. They form a pattern. First loss of communication, then loss of location. Something garbled will require further military investigation. Military involvement highly highlighted. Recommended course of action: acquire additional log data from military vessels. Theory, quoting existential or risk theory, cosmic event. It's clear that given our nascent understanding of the universe, there are dangers which we do not understand, like a fisherman setting out on the sea unaware of typhoons. These cosmic events could therefore make themselves evident at any moment. Then there are our various advancements in technology, many of which could trigger such an event before we fully understand what we have done, and it could be impossible to get that genie back in a bottle. So, that sounds not very happy. Let's look at the next one, titled Super Predator. Objective 1. I don't care. General Narnach's gonna go meet this thing head on? Crush it? Ha! Won't even have time to blink, man. Rumors have it that we're gonna start drafting promotion or something if that happens. Seriously guys, the Orkney was classified at Mark 6 Dreadnought. Something, well, it's got to be super advanced in weaponry or something. Make a ship like that to just disappear? Linking with theory index Super Predator, references to super advanced weaponry suggest presence of advanced alien intelligent life. Man, I don't care what the hell it is. Blah 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 blah. I want to be out there fighting it. Blah 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 blah. The boss out there. Confidence of subjects may have been short-sighted. Recommended core action: search military vessels for additional communications. So that's something. Objective 2, high alert. This is what we started with. Due to elevated security levels, communication reports classified as... Well, I already read this when we started. So everything seems to be pointing in the direction that the military probably knows a bit more. Theory. Quoting existential risk theory, Super Predator. Given the Fermi paradox and subsequent notion of a great filter being the reason why we have not been contacted by foreign intelligence, it's possible that the great filter is intelligent life. This intelligent life would be a higher intelligence life form or a super predator civilization. This civilization's advances are far beyond any other and maintains that status by exterminating any intelligent civilizations once they attain a certain level of development. That would explain why we are not able to reach anyone and why we are only seeing derelict spaceships. Sounds scary. Let's see. So currently stay alive and explore more. Follow the other ones. Okay, so we have a lot of theories, we have hints at what could be the problem, but we'll have to play more to figure out what the story is gonna be exactly, because currently we are looking at a single system. That system is part of a galaxy, and there are multiple galaxies in the universe. So we have a randomly generated world with a story that is only giving us glimpses of what's happening. Next episode we're gonna have a better look at our surroundings and see where we go, because we have a trading post here. We have a Stargate to get out of here. We have some other derelicts that we can investigate. And that's all gonna be for next episode. So I hope you enjoyed this. It's the first episode of a new series, so if you really liked it and you made it this far, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That way you will not miss future episodes. And with that, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.